Hi, everybody. Vicki Newman here, and I'm coming to you with a question. My question is, how many of you have things on a list that never seem to go away? And perhaps it's because that thing that's on your list is something that you're going, oh, I really don't want to do that, or I'm just not in a place where I can like focus the time. Or we do all the other things like the ones that are easy to click off on our list, right? To go, okay, yeah, I'm looking at my list. Awesome. I at least accomplished something today. Well, I have had something on my list for several months now. Um, and it's something that might be super easy for you, but for me, I have in my head convinced that it was going to be the hardest, most impossible task. Okay. So I'm gonna let me share it with you. So for me, in the past, I've always worked for a larger company that had an IT department. And so if I ever had any troubles with my computer or printer or connections, guess what? I'd call the IT department and voila, there it was taken care of. And I didn't have to worry about it. Well, now I don't have an ID department. And I am not necessarily savvy in my computer terms or all the things and yada, yada, right? So I have had a printer that I have not been able to use for several months because we got a new modem. And I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out what I needed to know, like the terms and all the things and that, right? So in my head, like I have attempted to work on this. Like I had a couple minutes one time, it didn't work. And then the second time, I thought I figured it out, and then I just didn't know what they were asking for. And then finally today, I'm like, okay, whew, first step. What do you do when you have something hard on your list that you need to tackle and you want it done? Get a good night's sleep, right? You nourish yourself. You feed that brain so that you can focus. Yes? Okay. And then I also went to the gym and worked out. And for me, that helps me to get in my zone. So finally, I figured it out and I got through. I was able to connect. Woohoo! Right? And you're going to say, okay, Vicki, this is really silly. Like, why are you making such a big deal out of this? Well, let me tell you. What I was telling myself in my head is that, Vicki, you're no good with computer stuff. Save that to the professionals, right? Like, but I was also telling myself, I cannot believe that this is stumping you. Like, this is so ridiculous. Right. And when I was saying this is so ridiculous, like I was telling myself, hello, why can't you figure this out? Like, seriously? See where I'm coming from? So my mindset was crud, right? I was telling myself all this stuff like I wasn't smart enough, I couldn't figure this out. You're never going to figure this out. Just forget about it. And I even had to ask my husband to put a few things out for me. And don't you know that just I was so thankful that he did it, but I know it was a pain for him. I know that he's busy. And then the fact that I couldn't figure this dang thing out just made me feel foolish. So, what do you do? What do you have on your list that you have been trying to get done, but you simply have not? And what is the story that you're telling yourself of why you cannot do it? What is it? What's happening that's holding you back? And then I would say, okay, so that's what you're telling yourself. Now let's flip the switch on that mindset of, oh, it's too hard, or, oh, I just don't like it. It's not fun. Um, Whatever it is, right? I don't like spending time figuring out paperwork that we get in the, like when I had to change my name when I got married, right? Like that just takes forever and it's sucky and all the things, but it needs to get done, right? It needs to happen. So get a good night's rest, feed your brain so that you're not having low dips in sugar and cranky and cruddy and all the things. So that means don't wait till the end of the day. Don't save it for last. Schedule it first and set off some time in your calendar. So I don't know about you, but there's always stuff that I need to take care of that comes in the mail. And so I set up one day a month where I set up a chunk of time. It depends on how much stuff it is, right? Either 2 to 4 hours. And then, hey, if I get extra time, I get extra time, and that's bonus. And I do the things. But the very last and critical step is to celebrate. Like, honestly, like say it out loud. Woohoo, I did it. Yes, that's finally done. And then I actually sent my husband a text message and I'm like, honey, I finally figured it out. And the reason that you want to say it out loud is because you want to hear it. You want to hear those positive words, because now my mindset is going to be like, okay, well, it's not fun, but I can do it because I did it last time. I figured it out, so I can figure it out. No longer is my story. That's really hard, and I should leave that to the professionals. And oh, I can't believe that you're spending so much time, right? Now it's like, okay, I know I need to set aside a couple hours, and I'm just going to take my time. I'm going to make sure I'm rested. I'm going to make sure that I'm fed and not hungry, not cranky, and I'm going to get it done. And it gets done. So, what do you have on your list that has been staying on your list and maybe pulling over that you haven't gotten to? When are you putting it in your calendar? And then once you do the thing, I want you to share with me, yes, Vicki, I did it. And I want to celebrate with you because that matters. That counts. That's part of the process. It's all part of the process. So even though I'm a life coach and I work with people to help them build new systems that help them, I have to practice this day in and day out. And I applied it to this simple example that I just shared with you. All right, folks. Again, my name is Vicki Newman. I'm a life coach. And you can check out my website. It's coachingandbodyworkbyvicki.com. So check it out. But tell me, what are you working on? What has been holding you up? When are you going to do it? And then celebrate. Let me know. I want to know when you're done because I'm going to celebrate with you. Okay. Everybody, I hope you have a great day and hopefully we'll talk soon. Take care.